Boys, welcome in. Welcome back to Playmakers Picks, where we are dropping free sauce for you on Sportsbook and DFS plays daily. Now, today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to slow down. We're going to take our time, and we're going to look at this second half of the season. We got some hot takes. We got some bold predictions. We got some huge underdog money that we really like. And we're just going to have some fun. We're going to dig through the research, dig through the odds, and see what we could come up with. Now, if you've been watching the last few days, we have been on an absolute tear with the All-Star game. We had that AL money line. That was an easy one in the bag. We took Teoscar Hernandez as our underdog in the home run derby. Gave it all away for free here on YouTube. So if you're looking for that sauce, you're looking to sprinkle a little coin and multiply that bag, you're looking to stack some units, come slide over here with your boy. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and comment on this video. Let me know what bold takes you have, because I'm about to let it loose. I am not holding back. I got some bold takes and I'm ready to share them with you. Now, if you want a little bit more than my free plays and you want my VIP plays, because typically I'm going to give about one DFS and one sportsbook play a day for free here on YouTube and my Winnable. However, if you want 4 weeks free of my VIP picks, where I'm going to give another about 2 to 3 sportsbook plays, depending on the conviction, depending on the odds, depending on the juice, then make sure that you sign up on my chalkboard. I'm going to have it linked in the description here. Sign up on chalkboard. Use code JHILL, JHILL, JHILL. Use code JHILL. They're going to give you a free $100. They're going to match your deposit, right? And then when you send me that proof, either in the comment of this video or just DM me on Instagram, it doesn't matter. DM me. I'll take care of you. I'll get you that promo code and we'll get you 4 free weeks of VIP. We got the NFL season coming up, which is about to be very, very exciting, because that's where we really get down. Former baseball player, but really football and UFC is where, like, I hang my hat on. So, but MLB money, baseball money has been a lot of fun, because that is everyday money. So it hurts a little bit to not have any baseball to bet on. However, we got some sauce for you today with the MLB futures, best bets, best odds, and the hottest, or maybe you might think they're ice fucking cold. Oh well, I'm about to give them to you. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Starting with our first half overachievers, and we're going to take it to Cleveland. We're going to go to the city that Braun built. We have the Cleveland Guardians. I really think this team has overachieved, and I'm going to tell you why. One, pitching. Pitching really matters, especially as you want to go ahead. You want to make a run into the postseason. Right now, they're in first in the division. However, I do not see that playing out, and I'll let you know who I think is going to run away with the division. But if we look here, essentially they have a bottom 5 starting rotation. And I'm an offense guy. I'm a hitting guy. I love the long ball. I love run production. I absolutely hate pitchers, but I can't tell the Guardians. I can't be excited about the Guardians heading into the second half, not only because they're starting pitching rotation, but let's look at the strength of schedule for the rest of the season. They have the second most difficult strength of schedule as they go into the second half. So when you pair that up with a booty cheeks pitching rotation and a division whose offenses are starting to get pretty hot. I mean, the Twins are starting to strike the ball, but those are going to be my first half overachievers, the Cleveland Guardians. Now, as we go back to the standings here, a lot of you guys aren't going to like this one, because they have been one of, if not the best team in baseball. The Baltimore Orioles in first place in the American League East. They got the Yankees and the Red Sox. Yankees 1 game behind. Red Sox 4.5 games behind. They've made up some serious ground, especially in this last 2 months. But speaking of 2-month stretches, the Baltimore Orioles were the best baseball team we probably have ever seen for that first month and a half, 2 months. I mean, if the All-Star game happened in April, the entire AL All-Star team would have just been the Baltimore Orioles starting lineup. Like, they were absolutely on fire. They've started to come down. The Red Sox have started to gain ground on them. We've seen them, get kind of shut out by the A's and some pretty bad teams here. And I'm not saying that I don't believe the hype, especially if some of these trade rumors hold true and they do end up adding another ace such as Tariq Skubal or Garrett Crochet to the lineup. Then I think they're going to be poised to do some serious damage. The AL East is just stacked right now, and I think the Orioles are starting to be more of what we expect them to be. So the Orioles are my second overachievers of the first half. Now, my last overachiever team here, we're going to head over to the NL Central, the Milwaukee Brewers. Pitching matters. Much like the Cleveland Guardians, we have the Brewers. Where are they? They're somewhere down here. I knew you just have to go to the bottom 10. Here they are, 23rd, bottom 10, 4.35 starting pitching rotation ERA. No Brandon Woodruff, no Corbin Burns this year. Peralta's supposed to be the guy, the clear-cut ace, and he just is not that guy, pal. Peralta, you're just not that guy, pal. And as much as this offense has been legit, they can put up some runs here and there, pretty streaky, right? But I think when we look at the standings here, there is not a division that is more wide open than this NL Central. And I don't have a favorite. I don't know if it's the Cardinals. I don't believe it'll be. I mean, the Cincinnati Reds are starting to hit the ball. Pittsburgh Pirates are starting to play really good baseball, 7-3 in their last 10. I don't know who's going to take it. I mean, let me rub my crystal ball, right? I have no freaking clue, but I do think the Brewers are overachieving, and we're going to see some regression here. So that is our first half overachievers. If I can figure out how to... All right, and I realize I got to do a better job of keeping the mic closer to my mouth because I just get excited, Sicilian. I move my hands, I start moving all around, but you guys want that crispy audio, so I'll be a little bit better. But now, as we get into the next portion of this video, we have the division dogs. Starting in the AL East, I kind of alluded to it here. And this is where we're going to start talking a little bit of bets. I'm a bit biased because I am a Boston Red Sox fan, but man, the baseball they have been playing ever since getting their ass kicked by the Yankees 2 months ago, they have closed some serious ground. They are now only 4.5 games behind the Orioles. They're already secured they haven't secured it right, but if the season ended today, they would have one of those wild card spots. The offense is clicking. Young guys like Wilyer, Abreu really starting to come on strong. Rafael Devers, my favorite player in the league. Like I said, I'm a little biased, but let's go look at these odds here. And as we go to the AL East, because we kind of talked through those divisions and nothing really stood out with odds. But if there is a bet I'm playing, one, because I get to buy in as a Red Sox fan, look at this on FanDuel here. Boston Red Sox, one of the hottest teams in baseball right now. Things are starting to click. The pitching rotation is starting to get consistent. Brian Bayo, while he is extremely hittable, I mean, he put up 10 plus Ks the other day. The rotation's coming together, and Boston plus 3,000 is by far the highest return, lowest risk, if this is a low risk for there to be one on 3,000 odds. I'm going to sprinkle a little coin here on the Boston Red Sox plus 3,000 and let it ride. And honestly, if it gets hot, I'm okay with cashing out too. I'm in this game for profits. I'm in this game for stacking units, and I want us to never lose sight of that we are in this game to make some motherfucking money and never give it back to these books again. You should be able to make your deposit, take the free money that they give you with the deposit matches, and if you bet responsibly, you manage your bankroll, one bad day, one bad week will not put you out. It will not put you out if you just play the game smart, and you never have to make a deposit again. So if you want to ride with me, you're tired of blowing up your betting accounts, you want to ride with your boy, you're tired of going to zero. I know the feeling. I used to throw emotional parlays, throw over half my bankroll, even go a whole portfolio on a whole bet. I've done it all. I've touched the hot stove more than once, but I'm never doing it again. I'm never depositing again because we are making smart, calculated plays. We're letting the math talk. We're letting the numbers do their thing, and we're just enjoying the ride instead of turning it into this roller coaster with no seatbelts, getting flipped all upside and down, tossed around, and thrown out of the cart. So we have now, as we go to the next division, AL Central. I really like the Twins, bro. I really like the Twins. That offense is coming on strong. They have a beautiful mix of veteran talent with guys like Carlos Correa, Carlos Santana, Byron Buxton. One of my favorite quotes, by the way, side tangent, one of my favorite quotes from one of my best friends: "Give me a healthy Byron Buxton over Mike Trout any day of the week." That is some baseball-tism alpha right there, and we love it. But the consensus plus 197. If you go over to DraftKings, BetMGM, you could get them at plus 200 money here. And I think I might sprinkle a little token in that one as well. I just don't like my money being tied up for months, but this is one I really like. We already told you why we're fading the Guardians. It's not that they're a bad club. It's just I don't think that they're the best club, and that's okay. That's okay. Now, the final division that we're going to take a look at here is the AL West. The Astros, they know how to do it. They know how to get to the postseason, and they damn sure know how to win in the postseason. And if we're looking at this, you mean on FanDuel, BetMGM, you have the Mariners as a favorite here, but I really like this Astros. There's not a ton of alpha that goes into it. I like the stock. I like the stock. They got that veteran young mix. What's his name? Always blanking on me right now, but he's coming back into the lineup soon as well. Outfielder lefty. Oh, why is it blanking on me? Anyways, I like how things are looking for the Astros, and these are my 3 division dogs. And as we get into the final half of this video, we're going to go through a little bit of trade talks. We're going through our player awards, and then we're coming with our bold World Series prediction. Now, with the trade talks, there's a lot going on in the rumor mill about the Padres, the Dodgers, and the Orioles targeting the 2 highest pitching items on the market with Tarik Skubal and Garrett Crochet. Who knows where they are going to land, but that could definitely shake up baseball for sure. And I think there's a very slight chance of Tarik Skubal getting moved from the Tigers. They like him. He's young. He's doing great, but he does have a history of injuries. So it might be one of those sell high situations, but he's their guy, and that one seems more unlikely. However, I think the Chicago White Sox are going to move Garrett Crochet, and if one of these 2 guys end up going to the Orioles, then that might make me feel a little different about the Red Sox. However, I still like the plus 3,000 odds, so we're rolling with that. Now, there are some teams unloading as well. These bottom rung teams in the MLB, we got Marlins, Tigers, Blue Jays, Nats, and White Sox. They're unloading, and there's a lot of talent there, right? If we think about the Miami Marlins, it's almost a guarantee that Jazz Chisholm is not going to be a Marlin anymore. Was it Tanner Scott, left-handed reliever, all-star? He's getting moved. A lot of teams that need that bullpen help. And maybe even guys like Josh Bell could probably be moved as well. Now, as we look at the Tigers, obviously we've went over Skubal, but another pitcher who has a pretty good likelihood, maybe has had a little bit of injury troubles, but Jack Flaherty, he pitched incredibly well. It's summertime in Detroit, and I watched his entire last outing, 7 innings, cruising, not a beat of sweat. Offense was out there banging the ball. He got to take his time in between innings, and he looked fantastic. And for these teams that could use some starting pitching help, I think Jack Flaherty could be a really good target for them. Now, also, we have the Blue Jays. Lots of talks about Bo Bichette and Vladdy. But specifically Bo Bichette, I think besides having one down year, he's been a pretty consistent piece of this lineup, of this offense, of this defense, and one of the best players and one of the most likable players in the league. And I think a place like the San Francisco Giants could be a really good landing spot for him to get a fresh start, and go get back to playing that ball that he's known for. Now, the Nats as well, they have a really good core group of guys. They have a pretty solid farm system. They have a lot of young prospects, but they also have guys like Kyle Finnegan, one of the best relievers in baseball. And you're not getting to go out there and win very many baseball games. And I think they can get a lot of action for guys like Kyle Finnegan. And then, again, White Sox, we already spoke about Crochet. Another name that's going through the rumor mills a lot is Andrew Vaughn, and it makes sense. So these guys are unloading, but really our eyes are set on where are Tarik Skubal and Garrett Crochet going or not going. And finally, we get into the player awards. I think the AL and NL MVP spots are pretty freaking locked up. We got Aaron Judge here, heavy favorite to be the MVP, and deservedly so. His numbers through the first half of this season are the same or better than Bryce Harper's entire NL MVP season a few years back. Like, this man is on another planet. He is from another planet. Aaron Judge is a massive human being with a ton of skill. And then as we go over, obviously, to the NL MVP race, it's really not a race. We got Shohei Ohtani not even pitching this year, and he is one of the most dominant forces in baseball at the plate. And when he gets back to pitching next year, I mean, man, this guy is so special. But Bryce Harper, Freddie Freeman, Marcell Ozuna, I don't love any of it. I don't love any of these odds. If we go back to the American League MVP, I see this plus 15 on Gunnar Henderson. Crazy if true. If true, I'm sprinkling token at it, but I really have a feeling this is just a statistical error and they don't actually have these odds even on the books. So the MVP spots are pretty freaking locked up, but what I have my eyes on and what everybody has their eyes on is the NL Cy Young race. We got Chris Sale, and then let's skip over Zach Wheeler and go to Paul Skeens. I love the Paul Skeens narrative right now. MLB can't stop talking about him, can't stop talking about him and Livy Dunn. They can't stop talking about this historic run that Paul Skeens has been on. And here's the big if, boys. Here is the big if. If Paul Skeens is not on a pitch count through the rest of the season and he continues to pitch the way he has, I love this plus 500 bet on Paul Skeens to be an NL Cy Young, but we don't know if he's going to be on a pitch count. He's pitched a lot. He has thrown a lot of baseballs over the last couple of years, and this is their franchise. This is their future. They're building around him. They have a ton of young prospects, and the last thing you want to do is blow your load too early in the first. So that's my take on this NL Cy Young race. As we go over, look at the American League Cy Young race. Let's see what we got here. Tarik Skubal and Corbin Burnes. As it stands right now, I think I like Tarik Skubal. Corbin Burnes kind of robbed Skubal on the All-Star game start if you just compare it by the numbers. But if we see Tarik Skubal with Corbin Burnes in that pitching rotation in Baltimore, the entire baseball world is in trouble, and I don't know who would run off with it. I think if you give Tarik Skubal, you put Tarik Skubal in the AL East, you put him in the starting rotation, I think it becomes very easy to see who is the favorite, and now he's going to get an offense to actually back up his pitching production. And then rookies of the year, I don't really have a hot take on those, so let's get into the final portion of the video. And boys, we have talked about a lot in this video. And one thing we haven't really spoken about here is the Los Angeles Dodgers. If we look at the team pitching rotations, we have the Dodgers. Where are they? Okay, about 8th in starting rotation. But man, we've seen their pitching really come up short in the last month, and it's really hit a tipping point where now the offense is having to carry the load, and this is not Mookie Betts' team for the last month. Mookie Betts is the glue that really holds this team all together. He's the leadership that makes everything go, and I think when Mookie comes back, the Dodgers are going to start putting up some serious numbers. Another team we haven't talked about as we go into that NL West division, I really like the Diamondbacks. I think so. And if the Padres can go ahead and make a trade deadline move and add a guy like Crochet to the lineup, they might be poised to make some noise too. But by far, by a mile, this is the Dodgers division. However, oh my God, I need to just start getting a shirt that says, however, I love the Phillies, man. You saw them mic'd up on the infield last night. Their pitchers absolutely showed out in the All-Star game. The Phillies are the best team in baseball right now. There is nobody better than a healthy Philadelphia Phillies right now. But that is the big asterisk, right? The healthy Philadelphia Phillies. We got guys constantly getting bumped up here. Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Aaron Nola, or was it Zach Wheeler who left the game early with a back injury just last week, right? So the star players are getting banged up. But right now, the Phillies are the best team in baseball. And if I had to put money on it, which I don't think I would, I really like DraftKings plus 500, Philadelphia Phillies for the World Series. And then... yeah, we'll say. Well, this is not the most bold prediction. It is a scorching hot take, and I don't know how likely it will be to happen. But I would love to see a Boston Red Sox historic run in the second half into the postseason. Give me the Phillies versus the Red Sox in the World Series. Let's fucking go. Other than that, but. If the Orioles do make one of these massive moves for pitching, then it's hard to fade them, and I could really see an Orioles-Phillies World Series. So that is all I got for you guys today. Make sure that you're subscribed. Let me know your hot takes. Let me know your bold predictions. And if you disagree, let me know in the comments. But I'm going to keep coming with daily bangers for you. We got baseball starting Friday, and that's when the free plays of the day will start over and over again. But I wanted to just kind of give you guys a look at the second half of the season, what I'm seeing, the dogs that I like, the money that I like. And I think my two favorite bets, right, are Boston Red Sox, AL East champions, plus 300. And then we had the Minnesota Twins. What was that again? I think it was like plus 200 to win the AL Central. I really like those two. And then we got the Phillies World Series champions. I don't know if I'll be betting on all of it, but as a Red Sox fan, I think I'll sprinkle maybe a half unit or something with those plus 300 odds because they're just too good. But if you want free VIP plays, like I said in the beginning of the video, make sure you sign up on Chalkboard. Use code JHILL, JHILL. Use my code. It'll get you a free $100. They have the best odds of any DFS apps. They have the massive sign-on bonus, and they're a newer app, so they want people on their platform, and I'm giving free plays out there every day. But like I said earlier in the video, my Chalkboard sign-up will also get you 4 weeks of free on my Winnable, and that is where we're running up an absolute bag with our VIP, high conviction, high confidence plays. So I love you guys. Thank you for showing up. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. I think I'm coming with another different format video other than our daily plays video. I got another really fun one for you tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow on Playmakers Picks. Peace.